If I asked you how many milestones there are at the TT, your answer would very likely either be 37 or, if you're really pedantic, 37.75. In reality, there's actually a 38th milestone, because that's the name given to the TT Riders Association headquarters and is located here behind the grandstand. Let's go and have a look at it. And here we are inside of the TT Riders Association, which is the little building that you find behind the grandstand. And I am joined right now by, well, the person that really runs it, makes it all happen, has been here for many, many years, Francis Folk. Thank you for making time, first of all. So let's have a quick chat about what you do, how long you've been doing it, and possibly how people can get involved. So where did the association come from?
It was formed in 1951. Became a charity by 5 riders in Scotland and Ireland, and they joined together because one of their friends was very badly injured, and there was no support coming financially from anywhere, and these gentlemen all put their hands in their pocket and got some money, and at that time they decided it should have some sort of an association, and that's where it was founded. And then from there it became a charity, and we have been now running, we're in our 70th year now. 2022 is our 70th year.
So it's a big anniversary, actually.
It's a big anniversary, yes. The first president was Freddie Frith, so that was in 1951, and every year we have a new president who doesn't have to run a race but has had to play a big part in his finishing position, and then we have two patrons. They become presidents at some stage because they were usually very generous. At the moment we've got 4, less 1, which was Murray Walker. He passed away, so we've got 3 patrons at the moment who are always very generous. As far as the running of this society, it was the first one was the half of this size. It was a porter cabin, which was just further over by the tower, and in 2007 we were asked would we like to move. At that time my husband Tom Thorpe, who was an ex-rider, he was with us no longer, it's sad to say, but we put the 2 together and he cut the middle out, hence we've got a double size, so it's given us a lot more opportunity to display what we do with what and who's been on. I mean, we've got Jerry Dunn up there, he was a president but only for a short spell because he had a fatal away. But our main point of being a charity is that if anybody has any injuries or hits hard time, they don't have to have the injuries on the Isle of Man, but they can only join if they've gone down Bray Hill in a race. They can only join the TTRA, as we call it, as long as they go, even if they break down at the bottom of Bray Hill, they've started under the flag to go. And we have all sorts of help. People want help for all sorts of different things, not just an accident. An accident can create a lot of problems in families and, financially. Fatals are even worse. But that's what we support, families of members. Now,
how many members do you have for the moment?
It's nearly 1900. Now it's not going to be a big number because it's limited to people who've started in a race.
But you do you have a friends?
Yes, we have a friends, which is that one there, that you've taken behind you.
And
anybody can join that. That was formed about 10 years ago, and that was formed for sponsors, mechanics, people who've helped the rider. There's lots of people that help a rider. It's not the actual rider does everything. And so that was formed for that, and that's very popular because, as I say, anybody can join. And we've got worldwide members on that one. Our fundraising is mainly in here. We do sell regalia for the members, that's our stock, and then we also have a big luncheon in Birmingham in November, and that's for 400 plus people. Members, guests, friends, if anybody can come, but it's by ticket and it's table plan. So that's a big fundraising day, and we get some very, very good things that are given to us, donated for that. As far as this unit is for anybody who's a member, wife, family, friend. They can come in as a guest, the friends. So friends away from the friends of the TTRA, I mean, and they come in here and like they sit here and they're nice and quiet and have a nice little relaxation. Sometimes it gets a little bit chatty, but that's what it's all about, you see. Just had a refurb this year with new different things outside, new signs and painted up and everything, which is, as we've been away for 2 years, it got a little bit dull, as everywhere else
did. How long have you been involved with it?
Me? Well, I started in 1987.
Wow.
And then I became the secretary. I've been secretary for 32 years.
If something happens, what kind of support do you provide for riders or the families?
We're not an insurance. We always say to the rider when
there is an insurance on the event?
They have to have an insurance themselves.
But what does that cover and what do you cover?
We have nothing to do with any other society. ACU, the government, nothing. We are solely our own person, and we own this. We're not involved with, you can be here, not next year, but we own this. There's variations of when people want help. One sticks to my mind: when somebody's getting older, they have to have an amputation from some reason or other, and their property doesn't lead to a wheelchair because older property is a narrow door. So we always say get 2 estimates, and then we pay the builder. We don't give the person the money, we pay the builder, then we know he's nothing to worry about. Another one is if they want to get to a consultant quickly, we do pay for the consultation fee. These are in serious cases.
And if the worst comes to the worst, which unfortunately is part of the TT?
Part of the game, isn't it? Yes. Well, if it's family, you always check, not immediately, because obviously you have to let them get over the bereavement, haven't you? But we'd make contact and say we're here if you need us, and we always chase the ones where there's children, Christmas and that sort of thing. We always make sure something goes to them. Also, people in a nursing home, we look after the riders even up to that stage of going in a nursing home, and they don't want much there, but I always make sure they get something like a Christmassy silk decoration, because they don't like fresh flowers or food or anything. So they're always remembered. This side of it nobody knows about. This is something that I do myself. The committee know what I do, and I just get on with it because it's a personal thing. I'm on sort of the front of it, where I know who's having trouble or someone's in a home, and they get lost in everybody else's day life, where I've got it in my mind on a book. So I do keep an eye on,
and
especially.
It's an all year round affair for you,
yes,
isn't it? Because a lot of the visitors come here, for them it's like a 2-week visit excitement, and then of course it's out of your mind again, and
we'll book for next year.
But this is a whole year round thing.
Yes.
And I think that's important also for visitors to understand that the TT exists outside of these 2 weeks. There's a lot of planning and there's a lot of aftercare, and especially if things go wrong.
That's right. Yes.
There is a lot of things that need to be done after that. And I do remember, local fundraisers for local riders who had accidents, which maybe if you're not from the island, you wouldn't even know about. But someone like you be there, and then if someone was to get involved, and I want you guys to get involved in this side of things, even if it's just the price of a Starbucks, $5, $10, if you give it to this, because without the riders are the stars of it, and not just the top 10 guys or the little guys.
No, it's the little ones as well.
And that's where we need your help.
They do a lot more.
Most,
not the ones who are earning the money at the business. That is business.
They probably have private health insurance, I'm guessing.
Right. No, it's the other ones. But it runs very successfully. There's a committee. There's 6 of us. There's myself, I think there's a treasurer, and then there's 4 committee members. Now that's the TT riders, and we have a committee, same officers for the friends, and there's just 2 extras on there that are not on the TT riders. So it's all controlled by 1 treasurer and myself. I don't mean controlled, but those 2 run their official job is done for both charities. That's what I'm trying to say.
And there's always need for more support.
Yes, all the time. We're always. Well, these are the money boxes. They're in all the shops. Well, as many as I can find that will accept them, and they're all very good. ShopRite, Spars, Co-op, and various, all the smaller shops are all delighted. And it doesn't matter who it is, they always come up with. I picked one up this morning from the post office at Union Mills. I went for a sandwich and a bottle of drink, and the one in it was full, so brought that one back. So they've got two, so I'll drop that one now, empty one back tonight. But it's all petrol stations, they're all over the place.
And can you sign up to be a member by coming here? Or?
Yes, for the friends you can do it online or you can do it here.
Okay, so if you're at the grandstand, it's right behind the grandstand where the food vans are. I'll cut video in so you cannot miss it. Of course, it's the 30th milestone, as you call it.
Yes.
And definitely a place where you should go if you want to support the event and the people that make it happen. Because without all the riders,
there's no show. There's
no show, yeah. Especially, even if this is what I'm always thinking is the top 10 and 20 guys, sure, everyone knows them, but if it was only them, it would be a very, very boring event. It would be over very quickly, 2 minutes and that's it. But it's all the other guys that make TTP.
I mean, I'd like to thank everybody that puts anything into it. There's friends, there's wives, there's families, even of people that they've lost somebody in the race, but they still keep in touch and they still want the newsletter. And I just think that's important as well, that they're not forgotten. Just because they've not anybody in the family doing racing, they're not forgotten, which is important. But we do rely on the donations, and we do get a lot of legacies come through now, and also in lieu of flowers at funerals. I mean, there was a funeral in the last month. I won't mention names, but it's raised over £900 instead of flowers, and the cheques are still coming in. So that sort of thing, that's helping us a lot, because of course with the money that's in our accounts, there's nowhere to invest. We can't go into bonds and anything that's risky, can't do that. So our limit of making interest on money is a bit small at the moment, but so we try to use it in a different way. But there's no wages paid out, it's all volunteers. It's a very happy little band.
It's a lovely thing, and I really think more people need to know about it, and need to know about this side of TT, because it's part of the event and we can't ignore it, and we shouldn't ignore it.
Well, a lot of people go past and they think it's a nice, quiet place to come and have a drink. I had a lady this morning, well, we never turn anyone away for a drink. But we have to explain it isn't a public area, but you have to be delicate on that one.
So, well, thank you so much for making time, and I'm definitely hope that more people will come down, become friends.
Thank you very much.
And that that you keep getting good support, and that you get more support in future, because it's very, very important.
Thank you very much.